I used to work late shifts at a small convenience store just outside of town, one of those places that never closes where the fluorescent lights buzz faintly and the smell of coffee clings to your clothes long after you leave. Most nights were the same. A few tired drivers, the same security guard from the warehouse down the road, and me behind the counter, pretending to study between customers. It wasn't scary, just lonely. Until one night. It was a Thursday, maybe 2:45 a.m., when a man came in. Middle-aged, pale, wearing a work jacket with no company logo. He didn't buy anything, just wandered the aisles slowly. I asked if he needed help, and he smiled without showing teeth. "Just looking," he said. He circled the shop twice, didn't pick up a single item. The air conditioner kicked on, humming loudly. When it shut off again, he was suddenly standing in front of the counter, so quietly I hadn't heard his footsteps. He put his hands flat on the counter and leaned forward a little. "You're alone here?" I forced a laugh. "There's a camera right above you," I said, pointing up. "And security checks in every hour." Both were lies. The camera was fake, and the guard usually slept in his car outside. He didn't say anything back. He just kept eye contact for too long, then nodded once, as if satisfied, and walked out. I locked the door after him, even though we were technically a 24-hour store. About 10 minutes later, I saw movement through the glass. A flash of that same jacket near the side of the building where the alley runs between the store and the car wash. I told myself it was nothing, that he'd just been passing by. But when I turned back toward the shelves, I noticed something that made my chest tighten. A candy bar, one that had been on the counter near the register all night, was gone. I hadn't heard a sound. No door chime, no footsteps, nothing. I checked the cameras the next morning just to reassure myself. The footage was grainy but clear enough. You can see me standing behind the counter, looking at the man as he leaves. Then, 2 minutes later, the motion sensor near the back corner turns on, but no one appears in the frame. A shadow moves across the far aisle, but there's nothing solid casting it. The timestamp shows it stopped exactly when the candy bar disappeared from view. A week later, the owner called to say police had found a car in that same alley. Engine cold, door open, no driver. Inside was a work jacket, pale and unmarked. They never figured out who it belonged to. Now, whenever I stop for snacks late at night, I make sure I can see both exits. And I never ever turn my back to the aisles when it's quiet.